Mali, one of the poorest regions in the world. Together with the inhabitants of villages located up to 30 kilometers away from the nearest asphalt road, the Italian architect Emilio Caravatti has built 2 schools, a community center, and a medical center. These community projects are prime examples of sustainability in a severely deprived area. The building materials, locally produced air-dried mud bricks. The workers, mainly the villagers themselves. The benefits, not only the finished buildings, but also the learning process for the people.
We decide to put together the work to create an association. So we translate this kind of work in an association named Beledougou, and from there is the start of the history of these public infrastructures in the savannah areas in Mali. We want to introduce our project in the traditional process. So this is traditional, it's not new, it's not our idea. It already exists in the village, in the tradition. Normally we decide together in big reunion with all the village, or in small reunion with the chief of single groups, social groups. And we decide the week, the month, the period of the intervention.
Respecting the habitat and the habits of the people, not creating anything new, but applying and optimizing traditional techniques. This is Caravatti's philosophy. Every step of the building process was organized and developed in cooperation with the villagers. The process began with the production of the bricks, in which the women, traditionally responsible for transporting water, also played a major role. The bricks were made next to the building site from a mixture of sand, earth, and water. Mud constructions have a long tradition, especially in Africa. 4 to 5 professional bricklayers were present at each building site to pass on their knowledge to their helpers. Every village was responsible for recruiting enough apprentices who are now able to take their newfound knowledge to other villages.
We choose to work in a little system because we have no many economical possibilities. Because in a village there is a social organization really developed. And it's difficult to introduce himself in this organization, but it's important because a village in Savannah is not nothing. It's not desert, it's not empty, no? But there are many levels of social possibilities, social infrastructure, social relation. So, and in this context, the decision is quite obviously to choose local materials. So we prefer work with the mud bricks, we prefer work with the villagers, because we understand that a real development comes directly from inside and not outside. So to say that the reflection about architecture, it's not so sophisticated, but it's a reflection of the needs, because in Africa it's really evident the need of the people.
The Africans' great talent for crafts is also evident. The fact the buildings are made from locally sourced materials and using local construction techniques means they can be repaired and maintained at a later date without any great effort. It is important that this architecture survives without imported materials and without wood in order to spare the already severely depleted forest. Only the large concrete girders between the vaults differ from the norm for this type of construction. which originally comes from Nubia. They were necessary in order to span larger widths. For Caravatti, the architecture was never his main focus. Far more important was the common goal to improve living conditions and create public buildings for everyone.
Often I spoke about this project and I realized that the architecture is behind, or I realized that this is architecture. We must be in the social organization and we must put the project in the social context, but not normally only in Mali.